Okay, welcome back to JMC Live. This is a special holiday edition of JMC Live. So we plan on going 2 to possibly 3 hours. 3 hours max. So if you can't stay, you'll have to check out the archive later. This is going to be Isaiah 25:4. You have been a refuge for the poor, a refuge for the needy in their distress, a shelter from the storm and a shade from heat. For the breath of the ruthless is like a storm driving against a wall. The Word of God in the New Testament says sin is common to man. And if sin is common to man, what was written so long ago is still true today. Not helping the poor was going on back then. Now let me take you on a trip. Imagine the days of when Jesus Christ was alive. If you were a child and you done something wrong, like stole a loaf of bread, they would chop your arm or hand off, or some places they put you in a press and they smash your arm. Can't use it anymore. It's just dead. If you're old or you were a child that was a problem, they would throw you out on the street. This was in olden day Jerusalem, Roman Empire, the whole bit. This is old days. In a weird way, here and even in America, we kind of do that. The argument over Social Security when it first came out was, it's a socialist program, it's going to be abused, All they would talk about were the bad parts. How many of you guys don't want to have your Social Security retire? I don't know very many people that will stand up and say, oh, I'll just let the government keep my money because, or give me what I have and not give me any more or whatever. I don't think anyone's going to say that. America is supposed to be the home of the brave, of hope, of liberty, a beacon of light. That's why the French built the Statue of Liberty and put a torch on the top, because they believed through our allied nation partnership, because it was the French that helped us win the American Revolutionary War when we fought against England. They believed that we were trying to be a beacon of light. They understood our principles, our foundations, the reason why, who we are, and why we believe. Zechariah 7:10. Do not oppress the widow or the fatherless, the foreigner or the poor. Do not plot evil against one another. And for you guys that are out there struggling, the Beatitudes, Matthew 5:3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And I know a lot of Christians or non-Christians, they hear that verse and they're out on unemployment. So that's great. I'm going to get in heaven. But what am I supposed to do in the meantime? And you know what you're supposed to do in the meantime? You're supposed to trust God is going to take care of you while you're here. You're going to go through persecutions. You're going to go through problems. You're going to have things that will mess you up. The most insane thing, and I use the word insane thing because people that aren't Christians for very long and people that are of the religions don't understand what I'm about to say. Matthew 19:21. Jesus was talking to this guy. He's like, hey Jesus, dude, I think you're awesome, and I'm very wealthy, and I have all this money, and I own businesses, and I have tons of McDonald's down the street all across the country, and I'm doing all this great stuff. Look what I'm doing, and I'm gonna do it for you, Lord. And he says, wait a minute. You are perfect on earth as a man doing man things, making business. But if you want to be perfect in God's eyes, go sell all your possessions, sell your businesses, and give it to the poor. Don't charge the poor. And what ends up happening, you will have treasure in heaven. And then, only then, can you come follow me. Is that the most crazy thing you ever heard? The poor? I'm a rich man. I'm going to give all my money to the poor and then follow Jesus? Huh? What if society did that? CEOs make $250,000. What would happen if they just kept their stock and they gave $150,000 to all their hourly employees? The problem is in America is we are a secular society. And we're about the here and now, not the past and not the future. And we want to find ways to do things faster, better, stronger, and we are a media society. We have to be consumed with stuff coming and going all the time. I mean, that's why my hands are going all over the screen, because that's what we're about. And when you're this kind of person, when you say what I just said, it just makes them go, or they crash into each other like, what are you talking about? You can't do that verse in your own power. That's where the foundations of tithing come from. You can't give your money, your time. And this isn't just about money. This is about time. Because when the end times get closer here, Christians will be persecuted more. But the small group of Christians that are here, they're going to have to work together to help each other. There's going to be Christians that aren't going to have any money. There's going to be Christians that are going to have to sleep on your couch. There's going to be Christians you're going to have to help feed. And I'm not talking about at a homeless shelter. I'm talking about right in your neighborhood. I'll give you an example. It's happening right here in my neighborhood. 3 families, 3 different homes on my street. JMC went to, found out what they needed, and got them connected to the people that can help them. And I'm saying it not because I'm trying to brag, but I'm saying it because, oh my goodness, these are 3 different individual families in 2010 that need help, that are on my street. And I guarantee, if you look with your blinders, like, you know, the blinders that are put on a horse. The reason why horses have blinders is so they're not distracted, and they focus on the here and now, what's in front of them, what's coming. But when you're a follower of Jesus Christ, these blinders are removed, and your regular eyes are removed, and you see, and you hear, and your voice changes. You say different things. Why? Why does this happen? Because God has a different view. True Christianity is a form of liberal and conservatism, because both sides have something to offer. True Christians are more on the side of conservatives, but when you are a missionary, you're told to learn the language, learn about the people, learn their culture, understand who they are. If you are a true, just straight, narrow-minded conservative, it's all about what you want. This is how you're going to do it. You're not going to be flexible. You can't do anything. There has to be some form of flexibility. But the problem is, in today's society, Christians have become too flexible in their beliefs and what they allow. In the 50s, 40s, you know, even back in the 1800s, Christians were praying in Congress. Abraham Lincoln prayed. Jefferson prayed. Madison prayed. Locke prayed. All these people prayed, and they're conservatives and they're liberals, and it's an argument as to who they are and who they aren't. Why? Because they understood the importance of Christianity. But at the same point, America was founded for freedom of rights. I'm a Christian, but in no way, shape, and form do I want to sit here and say the religion of the United States is Christianity. Because you know what that does? It makes Christians look fake. It makes Christians look totalitarian and Marxist and communist. That it's my way or the highway. Yes, as Christians, we do know that if you do not believe in Jesus Christ, you will go to hell. But you also have to take into effect, people have a free will. And you must teach them, through their free will, opportunities to receive Christ. And it shouldn't make you mad that you do commit a sin because someone doesn't become a Christian. Someone doesn't believe in your beliefs. It's a fine line to cross. It is very difficult, folks. Why? It's tough. We're going to take a break, and I'm going to sum all this up.